this edition of Hindsight is Horrifying, the show where three mostly normal and somewhat cynical adults discuss life as members of the TV generation. Now here are your hosts, Darth Jada, Jason Mitchell, and Adam B.
Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome back.
We're back. And what are we doing today? We're watching something old.
Something
scary.
New, something borrowed.
Oh no, it's new. Did they remake it? Oh, actually, they did remake it. Darth, why don't you tell everybody what we're watching today?
We are watching 1988's Child's Play.
That's right.
Chucky! We have officially kicked off the Halloween season, Hindsighters,
Yes.
halfway through October.
Through October.
And so Jason challenged Mr. Brown and myself to suggest a movie that scared the living hell out of us when we first saw it.
Yeah.
And so obviously my pick is, the Chucky movie, because sadly, gentlemen, I had some real life trauma with this movie as well. I had a doll that was brunette, but other than that, looked just like Chucky. It had the little coveralls. It had freckles on its face. I think.
Oh my God.
Ironically enough, I think his name was Andy, like the little boy in the movie. And after I saw this on television, at some point, I looked at my dad. I was like, "Daddy, will you please take that doll downstairs? I don't like it anymore."
Well, Chucky's based on My Buddy, right?
I think
so.
Yeah.
Well, I have here Don.
Yeah, we're actually getting into the movie early. Wow, this is...
Yeah.
Look at us being like responsible show people.
But Don Mancini?
I don't know.
I don't know. Was it,
I've heard of Harry Mancini.
Okay, well,
He's a musician.
Well, Don was inspired by the Cabbage Patch Kids craze of the 1980s. He thought it would
can
be...
you believe that Cabbage Patch stuff?
Yeah. He wanted it to be like a satire about the marketing done to drive kids mad for toys.
Did you know that there is a Cabbage Patch hospital here in Georgia?
Yes.
Really?
That's where the Cabbage Patch dolls are born.
Yeah, not China. They don't. They're not currently sitting in a cargo ship, stranded off the coast of Long Beach. They came from a hospital.
This is true.
No, there is. It's like
They're born at the hospital.
Yeah, it's like what the Cabbage Patch orphanage or whatever, and you can go and
Let me look it up. But
it's somewhere near that town in Georgia where they have the goats that walk on the roofs. And I'm not making any of this up.
No, he's not. Welcome.
It's all
Georgia.
true. I know. I remember people killing each other for a Cabbage Patch baby. It was like, remember Tickle Me Elmo?
Yeah, I was just about to bring that up.
Oh my God.
Babyland General Hospital.
Well, do you remember the 6-Day War?
It was driven by.
That was that.
That was yeah.
So
driven by Cabbage Patch or Elmo?
Yeah, it was all about Cabbage Patch.
Oh God.
No, it was Elmo. Don't be ridiculous. It was way before Elmo.
I've never heard of this.
The 6-Day War?
Yeah.
All right, settle down, everyone. This is going to take a while.
Oh goodness.
No, we're not touching that. We're
between the Arabs and the
we're going to
Israelis,
get as
but
far away from that as
something
possible.
different,
Oh, okay.
But speaking of controversy,
Talk to me.
this movie was quite controversial at the time.
Oh, for sure.
Because this was the movie. I think this was kind of the first movie, at least that I remember, where parents said this movie is aimed at kids and kids will watch it. And because of this movie, they will stab people to death.
They will kill. They will kill people.
Yeah. And it was a huge uproar.
I can imagine, and it's about a little red-headed doll. You sort of get fooled into the toy aspect of it. So then the kids see this and they just, I could see how they could be influenced in a bad way by this.
I mean, I don't think anyone ever did anything actually violent as a result.
Well, and the movie changed a lot. It wasn't originally... It didn't have anything to do with Charles Lee Ray or the Lakeshore Strangler. Chucky was more of an embodiment of Andy's rage.
Yeah, I think I read that. I think that was a little too deep.
Yeah, for a horror movie, it's just like, okay.
And also, if it had been that, we wouldn't have gotten a wonderful performance from
Brad Dourif.
Yes, and where do we know him from?
Oh, where don't we know him from?
Yeah, seriously.
He's
Guy's in
everywhere.
everything, Yeah.
He's everywhere.
Well,
He's everywhere.
He was featured in the movie that we did called The Wildling.
Yep.
With Colin.
Yeah.
Kelly Sordelay.
Did a great job in that. Dune, obviously.
Dune. Yes. Lord of the Rings, Wormtongue.
That one episode of Babylon 5.
Oh, that we relish.
Now I'm trying to think. He had to have been on TNG. He had to have done a Next Gen episode.
So many actors have done
Star
Trek.
Everyone, everyone who became big at a certain point
was on Star Trek.
Yeah, the first time I saw
some
Famke
stint.
Janssen was was an episode of Star Trek.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Oh,
Come
God.
on, do you remember?
Yeah.
Oh, his role was so incredible.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
That's where I first saw him.
Oh, but speaking of Star Trek, something really cool happened today, Hindsighters.
Yes.
TNG.
In
Yeah.
case you missed
No,
out.
not
The
TN
first generation.
No, not.
The first generation, not the next one.
Yeah. Right. You said
TSG.
You said-
Yeah. TOS. Jesus. The original series. You're never going to survive at the conventions.
I'm not.
Yeah, that's right. William Shatner, Bill to his friends.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
one, so I'm going to call him William. But he flew on a giant penis-shaped rocket
He
into
sure
space. He did. Captain
rode that
Kirk.
penis all the
Captain
way into
Kirk
the
got in a big spaceship.
And he
looks like a
apparently
penis.
slept with a green woman when he was up there. It only took 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Luckily,
Well,
he
when you're
brought a-
90, you can't.
he brought
you
a
don't have
purple
that
pill.
much
I was about to
stamina.
say, yeah. No, but so congratulations to
Bill.
William Shatner.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna
a pretty
call
cool accomplishment. Captain
Yeah.
Kirk went to space.
We love Bill.
Bill. Oh yeah, one of the coolest guys ever.
for sure.
You know? And I, for reference, look back like 2 episodes when I tell the story about how I got his autograph.
Yes, all you needed was a stamp and an envelope.
That was it. Yeah, and he mailed me back an autograph.
But yeah, so about the movie, for those of you who aren't familiar with Chucky, he's terrifying, and apparently this was the first time Mr. Brown has ever seen this film,
I am-
which
Not to date myself, but when this movie came out, I was about 500 feet under the surface of the ocean, patrolling and keeping
6
the world
knots.
safe for you people.
6 knots
Now, was
to
this when
nowhere.
you were in the Navy?
Yes. I was not a lifeguard.
No, this was just like a Tuesday.
Because if you weren't, then whoa, there's so many other stories we got. Yeah.
That's disturbing. But the synopsis, for those who are not familiar with this movie, gunned down by Detective Mike Norris, Chris Sarandon, which I had completely forgotten that he was in this movie. Dying murderer Charles Lee Ray Braddorf uses black magic to put his soul inside a doll named Chucky, which Karen Barclay, Catherine Hicks, then buys for her young son, Andy, Alex Vincent.
Catherine Hicks. And who do we know Catherine Hicks from?
See, this is a tough one for me. What else has she done?
This is going to tie in so perfectly.
What?
Star Trek 4.
Oh, is she?
right. She was
Yeah,
Kirk's love
she was
interest.
the scientist. She was the whale scientist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whale scientist.
Cetacean
Marine
scientist.
biologist.
She was a cetacean
She
expert.
was a whale.
Yeah, she was a whale biologist.
Oh my god. But yeah, so when Chucky kills Andy's babysitter, the boy realizes the doll is alive and tries to warn people, but he's institutionalized. Now Karen, of course her name is Karen, must convince the detective of the doll's murderous intentions before Andy becomes Chucky's next victim. And
Yeah.
I had forgotten, like going back to that note, that Chucky was originally supposed to be Andy's embodiment of rage, or the embodiment of Andy's rage. This poor kid gets such a bad rap, and I had completely forgotten about all of that because, you know, he keeps telling this crazy story of, oh no, the doll murdered my babysitter. He came to life, and the problem is that when Chucky does commit his first murder against babysitter, he and Andy are dressed exactly alike. So Chris Sarandon
Down to the shoes.
Yeah, and that's what leads him to that conclusion, is that Andy is just blaming things on Chucky because they have the exact same outfit and same shoes, and he saw a little footprint in the flour on the counter.
How convenient.
Yeah.
Yes.
How
Well,
convenient.
and that's one of those great old horror movie tropes where, the everyman character, somebody in it, knows an absurd fact to be true, and they're just going crazy trying to convince people that this thing that is crazy is actually true. I mean, it was Close Encounters. Richard Dreyfuss going crazy because he's there's aliens. Yeah, there she is.
Yep.
Yeah, she was dreaming of George and Gracie. Actually, she was dreaming of Shatner.
That's what I was saying.
That's why
Yeah.
she's got a smile on her face.
Yeah, she
Oh,
had a-
Captain.
was it-
Are you from outer space? No, I'm from Iowa. I only work in outer space. I love that movie.
That is a great movie.
Oh, and this is really precious. So it's like, is it her birthday, the mom's birthday? And
I-
Andy's
I-
making
I
her
sure
breakfast
hope
in
so.
bed for some reason, but he completely botches it because he's only like 4 years old, and he completely burns the toast and just slaps a huge blob of butter on it.
Well, to be fair, that was what a lot of kids' breakfasts looked like in the 1980s. Just a big bowl of sugar and throw butter on it.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Have a good day.
In my day, we had cream of wheat.
We had Weetabix.
Or what is it that Jerry Seinfeld says about that? He's like, now they got Pop-Tarts. What is this crap? Like, We had to grow up with not cream of wheat. I can't remember, but yeah, it was an old man breakfast.
Yeah.
So yeah,
They're smiling.
breakfast.
Oh, man was killed at 3 a.m.
it's so sad. But,
Yeah, and
oh no, it's Andy's birthday
that's right. It's Andy's
because
birthday.
she gives him the Chucky doll, and it's like it's a big deal because he's like the most famous toy on the line. He's the Tickle Me Elmo.
It's the
of this
toy of the
universe.
season.
Yes.
Yeah. And I mean,
But she has a box that looks like Chucky would have fit in it.
I know.
And that's why the kid was excited, and
Yeah.
lo and behold, it was clothing.
I know, and
Yeah.
it's like
That's so depressing for any child to
Yeah.
get clothing. I hate clothing. Still to this day.
Oh,
hate
I know.
clothing.
Every Christmas,
Well, you're
you
keeping
know,
yours on.
Every
That's all I have to
every
say.
Christmas, I've got a couple relatives who give me shirts, and it's like I can.
I'm never gonna.
I
wear
can.
those.
No, they're good shirts.
Oh,
But you
okay.
want a trinket.
But it's
Something
I want to.
electronic or
Yeah.
cool.
That's why we
you
have
know?
our Christmas in the studio because that's
Exactly.
purely for
Yeah,
fun.
there we go. Those are the best gifts ever.
Yeah, so he does receive clothing first, and he's
in
a little put
a
out.
huge box, yeah, and it's a pair of pants put in an envelope.
Yeah.
Amazon doesn't ship me. Well, actually,
didn't
Amazon might do it. Yeah.
I did not understand why she had this massive box for a little 4-year-old's outfit.
Well, it's so when she got to work at the department store, she'd go, I really fucked with him this morning. A little shit.
Parents I saw something like that on the internet where a mom or dad had packaged something completely different in a PlayStation box, and they were like, I can't
That's
wait to see
wrong.
my kid's face on Christmas morning. And I was like, Jesus, what did your kid do?
I believe that person's therapist will tease that story out of
Yeah.
them 30 years from
Well,
now.
there was a great video I saw of a dad who, and I may have mentioned this. He was like, yeah, we were in New York the other day, and I took my kid to the big Lego store, and he was so excited, and he got a great big Lego, and it cuts to the kid, and he's got the Lego AT-AT, the Star Wars walker,
Right?
and he's like, hey, Billy, like that looks really big. How many pieces is that? And the kid picks up the box. And he's like, it's 1,654.
You told me
and
this.
as the kid's reading the box, the dad reaches in and he picks the biggest piece he can find and just takes it. And then it cuts back to the dad going, 1,653.
Oh, God.
Moron.
That's so mean.
That's
and I
what
know you guys said that part of the joy of being a dad is to mess with your children, but
most
that's
of
just
it.
mean.
Most of it, honestly.
But then there's payback once once they
yeah.
become sentient.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Nursing home.
hey, we'll be there with you watching
That's-
Die Hard
that's true.
reruns, so it'll be fine. Live Free or Die Hard is on the streaming now. I thought of you guys the other day when I saw that. But yeah, so Karen's boss is a complete douchebag, and
But he has really cool glasses.
a pink bow tie.
Those were the glasses that everyone wore in the 80s, by the way,
Yeah.
including myself.
Your
Which luckily they were standard issue United States Navy P3 aviator glasses, so
Your
I didn't
nerd
have to
goggles.
spend
Yeah.
a cent.
I do like the fact that the babysitter, the woman on the left.
Yes.
I think that's where they got Blossom's look from.
It must have been.
Maybe.
Because she's literally got the Blossom starter kit clothing on.
She kind of does. She's
you
just
know.
missing the actual flower on the head.
Yeah, that's all she needs is the flower.
Yeah,
you
that
know.
would be perfect. But yeah, so the friend, I can't remember her name right now, but she works in the department store with Karen, and she's like, there's this guy in an alley who, he seems homeless because he's pushing around a shopping cart full of junk, and she's like, there's a guy out back selling a Chucky doll, quick, go buy it. And I was like,
What do they keep calling him? A peddler.
a peddler?
peddler.
Yeah, you
Peddler.
don't hear that word anymore.
Hi, can I have some smut? Sorry, fresh out of smut. Got a doll, though. Oh, this sounds great.
Got a doll that'll murder
He's
you.
a guy out back. He's a ped.
Yeah.
Stop right there, lure.
What? He's got
Allegedly.
kids' toys.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, a peddler.
But yeah, Chucky's just a creepy doll to begin with. He's, I think there's a TV show about him, and that's part of the reason why he's so popular. And so they made dolls out of the main character.
Yeah,
And they're called like My Buddy. And
Good guy.
Good guy. Okay.
Good guy.
No,
My Buddy is who they were.
real.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
you're
the
right.
real guy.
But so Karen has to go back to work, even though it's her son's birthday. So she gets her coworker to come and watch Andy, and Andy, they have the news on, and the thing is, what is Chucky?
James Earl Ray.
Yeah,
No.
he had
Charles
Lee Ray.
Charles Lee Ray.
Because that's actually a combination. Do you
Charles
wanna tell the story?
Manson, Charles Manson, James Earl Ray, and Lee Harvey Oswald.
Yep, all famous murderers.
Three Moidas. Moida! I'll Moida them with them.
So, the serial killer he's in the doll now, and he wants to watch the 9 p.m. news, but the babysitter's saying, no, Andy, you have to go to bed. And so that's Chucky's first victim because she pisses him off by putting him away.
That's right. Chucky does not.
He doesn't pussyfoot around.
No, he doesn't.
Not
There's
at
no
all.
like trying to lay low and I'll be. Oh, I'm in a doll, but what can I do to accomplish my? No, he just fucking kills people.
Yeah, he just goes for it.
He just goes.
And this movie also disturbed me as a kid because it was one of the first few movies I ever saw where it was just so alarming to see a toy cursing aggressively at people, like, you bitch, I'm gonna murder you. Like it was just so crazy. And
he doesn't even talk to like the second half of the movie, isn't it? It's like 45 minutes before we actually hear Chucky.
You hear him in his little.
We hear
doll
Brad
voice.
Dourif, doing his.
Yeah, but
almost, or not almost, but could have been a different actor. Jessica Walter actually recorded audio for Chucky.
What?
Yep, wasn't used, obviously.
I must find this.
I don't even know if it's ever been found.
Oh my God! Well, if I could find Johnny Depp shaving his head for Fear and Loathing, I'm pretty sure I could find this. I'll do some digging on the internet.
All right,
but we'll see. So the babysitter's putting things away now, and Andy's got to brush his teeth and go to bed, and this is where Chucky first goes off because. He just seems to like killing. He's not really doing it for any big reason. He's just like, oh boy, here I go killing again. Like it's like his hobby, which I know is a thing. For some
when you're
killers.
a hammer, everything looks like a nail, and when you kill people with hammers, everything looks like a nail.
The lion doesn't have to go around saying it's a lion. He just acts like one.
Yeah.
But I always hate the creepiness when you can just see like the little doll run in the background,
You know who that was? That
was
wasn't
the director's
special effects.
son? Was it the director's son?
It was Andy, the kid who plays Andy. It was his sister.
That's right. His
They
sister.
dressed her up like Chucky and had her run behind the couch to achieve that special effect because the movie didn't have a very high budget. So they had to get creative with the special effects.
Yes, the actual ways plural that they pulled off the Chucky effect is pretty cool because you have some animatronics. Mm-hmm. You have a doll.
Puppetry.
Yeah, puppetry.
There were like 7 or 8 guys that were running
and
Chucky.
The last scene, spoiler alert, come on, 1988, right? Yeah, you've had time.
Yes, the most perfect year ever.
Yeah, you've had time.
They're at Blockbuster now, ready to pick out that movie.
Yeah.
Which is a very old sentence.
But the final scene, of the movie, I guess it's not. It's the fire scene, but it's almost the final scene. Mm-hmm. When they shot that, the actor that was going to play Chucky was, I think, about half again too tall. So, if Chucky was, 3 feet tall, the actor
like the
was
Alf effect.
So, pay attention to this when we get to that scene. So they figured out the proportion off he was, and so they built a set that was that proportion bigger. So that you build a couch that's 1.3 times the size of a normal couch. You build a fireplace that's 1.3.
The magic of Hollywood.
I know, I love that stuff.
Hollywood.
Oh, but no, I was wrong. It actually took 11 men to control Chucky.
Wow.
It was pretty labor
That's
intensive.
a lot of men.
Pretty hot to handle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says it was cutting edge technology for the time, but it still took a lot of people to operate the doll.
Yeah. See, what puzzles me about Chucky is why the hell any kid would want him.
Yeah, I would not. Ugh.
Because I get that in like the 50s, stuffed animals were kind of disgusting looking.
They were scary.
And they were on par with like
yeah.
hard toys, but stuffies have come so far.
Oh, yes.
And in the 80s, you had all of these soft, like huggable things you could.
Teddy Ruxpin, for goodness sake.
Teddy Ruxpin.
Yeah.
White lady.
White lady. That was one of the best plots on any show I've ever seen.
But it just boggles my mind. Like, why is that a thing? Why did parents put those things in their kids' room? I watched Poltergeist night before last.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and of course, Poltergeist has the famous clown.
Yes.
Right. And it's the same thing. I'm watching that with my son, and we're both. He's like, "Would you ever put that?" And I went, "No, I wouldn't put that
Parents
in your room.
didn't really think about stuff like that.
I wouldn't put it in my house,
Yeah.
let alone sitting and watching you."
Meg pulled a U when I moved into her house, actually. She left this ceramic angel in my laundry room, and it's the creepiest looking thing. And she left it there so that when I would first open the doors to the laundry room, it would just be staring at me from the shelf. And I was like, you bitch.
When I got that beat. Jaws reference. When you remember Eric, who guest hosted on our
They Live.
Yes.
Yeah, and trimmers.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
those two.
He made one of the best jokes I've ever heard on that.
Yes,
episode.
he did. Yeah.
Check that episode out. It's funny.
The house that he and I and our friend Chad.
The haunted house.
Yeah, one of them. Yeah.
God.
Well, perfect. Okay, this it ties into that.
Okay.
So we go to the house the first time. We get the key, we rent it, pick up the key, and go in there, and we're going to pick out our rooms and stuff like that. We get in. We actually had to break in, and we get in. We discover two things. One, there's a bullet hole through one of the windows. That was off-putting. The second thing, though, was we went into the pantry, which was right off the kitchen, and it had a space where you could put a washing machine. Okay. Right? There's no washing machine there, so the space is empty.
Right.
And where the washing machine should have been, there was an upside down pentagram with a black circle painted around it.
Ew!
And we had already signed the lease.
I'd have run screaming. I'd have burned the place down. Oh, God.
And surprise, surprise, it was haunted as hell.
Shocking.
Anyway, yeah. So.
Well, I mean, and see, you should have run away screaming just like the babysitter, because she comes out and discovers all the furniture shifted around, even though Andy's still in bed. I would already have a weapon in my hand in that case if I wasn't actively
Intruder
running
alert.
out of the apartment.
Intruder alert.
Intruder alert. I always hear that in Michael Go's voice from Batman, because
I always hear it in Jonathan Frakes' voice, obviously.
it flashes back to Batman Forever. Intruder alert.
I want to ask you guys an important question about Child's Play, about Chucky.
All right.
Okay, I think it's the most relevant question that I don't think people have really analyzed about this movie.
Okay.
Could you take him?
Chucky?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
I think I
yes.
could too.
Because he's soft. He's one of those dolls, kind of like what you're saying, Jason. He's got like a tough plastic head, but he's squishy everywhere else. I mean, yeah, he'd be pretty easy to destroy. Just set him on fire.
Yeah.
Which is what happens. So.
But that doesn't kill him.
No, it doesn't. That's true.
Because you get that awesome scene.
Yeah.
Melted Chucky.
Yeah. Oh, God,
I think I
disturbing.
could. I feel like I could take Chucky also. I think I could take him in a fair fight if I was like in a parking lot and Chucky came up to me with a knife.
Well,
I don't
you
think
could probably outrun him.
Oh yeah.
What's
yeah.
like staying calm when a shark
Just
attacks?
walk kind of briskly away from him. You motherfucker!
Yeah, you could outrun him really easily.
You're gonna get tired eventually. Oh my god. I would just kind of field goal him. You know,
just punt him like.
because if he's got a knife, okay, maybe he stabs me in the leg while I'm
maybe he
kicking
gets your
him.
leg.
But I'm putting that guy at least 20 yards away.
Yeah, it wouldn't be hard to do.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like. I mean, if Andy can lug him around and he's only 4, yeah.
Well, let's be honest. If a person, I shouldn't say this, if a person that tall was attacking you, you'd feel pretty confident, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably.
Yeah.
But unless, they'd have to surprise me, but
Yeah.
they'd have to be really sneaky
That's how
about
they
how they
hunt.
catch up to me. So, that's how God. Moving on. And we just lost like a ton of listeners.
The babysitter's
It's okay.
just
Maggie,
It's
that's her
okay,
name.
Jade.
Maggie's about to be
Jade,
taken
it's a
out.
very small audience.
So now, if you think you can take Chucky, watch what happens here.
Oh, that was awesome. Oh, well done. Sorry, Adam, what were you saying? Oh, he's strong enough to throw a grown woman out of a window.
He hit her,
so-
with a hammer.
She kind of helped.
yeah.
It was always
Gravity was really what got her.
She went through backwards, but then when they cut to the outside, she was going through frontwards. Continuity error.
It was
know this,
almost
but-
like they were hiding her face.
You didn't know this, but she was actually a failed Olympian.
Yeah.
That's why she was a diver.
Okay,
Did you hear
clearly.
about the guy? I think he was in New York, tumbled out of a 5th story window.
Oh, and survived.
Yes, it fell into a beamer and survived.
Oh,
so it did
Christ.
the exact same thing. I don't think he walked away.
No. Oh, no. No. Oh, I saw the video of it. I had
was
to
it
avert my
bad?
gaze.
Oh,
His
geez.
arm was kind of all twisted up, and he's like, don't get up, dude. Don't get up. I gotta get up. It's like, no, that's all right.
You're not supposed to move. Let somebody move you.
Yeah, hindsighters, watch the video. It's cringeworthy.
Oh, God.
So I guess it sort of proves that the babysitter could have survived this.
Oh, she could have.
It could have.
And would have, actually.
I kind of think she would have
Yeah, 'cause,
too.
you know, the car roof that she landed on acts as a shock absorber.
Yeah. And, you know, that was like the 6th leading cause of death in the 80s, was falling on a car outside of a window.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, every
I was about to
movie.
say, are you being serious? Because that's
Yes, I am.
Oh my God.
Very
For a
serious.
change.
He's a serious
The
guy.
girl from Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
Well, she was She had the decency to be half nude at least.
Well, again, 1980s. And she was on cocaine. 1980s.
1980s.
Yeah.
She was 80s lady.
Yeah.
Big hair and blow.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
the 80s were all about.
So the babysitter is now deceased.
Yes,
She's a retired
she has
babysitter.
Shuffled
Yeah.
off this mortal
Yes.
coil.
She's an ex-babysitter.
And you have Prince Humperdinck, a.k.a. Chris Sarandon, who's the detective.
And the
who
voice
originally-
of... Do you know who he's that guy is the voice of?
No.
Lay it on us, brother.
Jack Skellington.
Oh, I did know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jack Skellington.
I'm not a big fan of Nightmare Before Christmas.
No, I don't like it
That
either.
movie scared the hell out of me too because I saw it when I was 5 years old and I saw that little boy pull the head out of the Christmas box.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was done.
It's like my favorite Family Guy thing with Jack Skellington. Fat girls with black hair get tattoos of me.
I don't think I've seen that episode, but he's
That cuts
not
close
wrong.
to the chase right there. We're sorry, hindsighters, who perhaps have a few extra pounds. We didn't mean it.
Yeah, and that's a huge audience.
But
Second time wasn't as good. I try. You know, you can only.
Damn it, Jason.
You can't keep going back to the same well.
Well, 3 holes in the ground. Anyway, so the movie. Yeah, so Chris Sarandon is not buying this story that the doll came to life. I mean, because
he's
a
rational
normal
man.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I tried to put myself in his shoes. I wouldn't buy it either.
Yeah,
The
especially when
kid's a murderer.
because Chucky did spill the flour and step through it, and he and Andy are about the same size.
Yeah.
So
With the same shoes.
That's yes, with the same shoes. So that's the most logical conclusion you can draw in that scenario. Because I don't really think kids that young are typically that aggressive. But you know,
No, when kids that young are sick and twisted, they're going to blame it on the doll.
Yeah.
well, and you know,
Yeah.
you start noticing disturbing behavior, like maybe they kill animals and
The
stuff.
doll
but-
tortured the kitty cat.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, and kids do that where, they'll be caught standing in the kitchen with, cookie crumbs everywhere. And, Mom says, "Who did this?" I don't know.
Ghosts.
They still have the crumbs on their
Yeah.
lips.
Because they're like little drunks, it could the cops.
Yeah,
Cops
exactly. It was
came-
a gorilla.
cops-
A gorilla came
Yeah.
in here.
And it's adorable because they say it with such conviction. Like,
Yeah.
I know this is working.
Yeah.
She's buying this.
John, were you watching TV? The screen wouldn't even be dark yet. Just fizzing like a glass of Pepsi. No, man, I'm just sitting here reading these yellow pages. But yeah, you were right, Jason. They were considering the voice of a woman, and I think the movie would have been even better if Jessica Walter had
God.
been Chucky.
Hey, we should cut some things together and just put Arrested Development dialogue on Chucky.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's try it.
Yeah, I'll do it.
You've got Maggie on the telephone, and Chucky's like, "I know it's a bird. She's on the phone." Like,
Lulu.
doing the like as he's pattering in the background behind the couch, like do the chicken noise.
Yeah. Have any of you ever seen a chicken?
What could it cost?
No.
$10?
No. Okay. So Chucky's plan. We do get a solid, what is Chucky's goal moment
Vengeance.
later in the movie. Yeah, but in the beginning it's just vengeance.
Yes, that's all.
Well, and
I don't understand how killing, like, you kill the babysitter and now you've got the cops over. But the babysitter didn't have anything to do with.
well, see, that's
you
what I'm saying.
know.
He's just like the guy from Rick and Morty. He just loves killing.
Yeah, he just kills just for the sake of killing.
and he
Let me
doesn't
watch
even.
my show,
He doesn't even.
Yeah.
or I will kill you.
That's true.
Well, it was him who was
I have
on the
had that
news. He
emotion.
wanted to see the news report because it was regarding him.
Right, of course.
So it wasn't anything, that he shouldn't be interested in. Oh man, this mustache on Chris Sarandon's partner. This is frightfully 70s. But yeah, so the plan, because Chucky somehow knows black magic, and he finds the guy
Yeah,
who
that was
taught him
odd.
black magic. It was just so shoehorned into the film. It's like, why does this random serial killer just know how to?
Well, that was the thing. It was. I agree with you because it makes sense. Eventually, he knew a guy who taught him voodoo, but without establishing that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's part of the mystery. It's a question, and they do
It
answer
unfolds
it.
as
Yeah,
the movie progresses.
yeah.
It's filmmaking 101. Come on, you would know that.
Well,
There's an
I was thinking.
evolution to it.
Yeah. I mean, there is it's a setup and a payoff. So You know, all right, fine, I'll let you live, movie.
Ooh, that's very Chucky-ish of you.
Well, apparently the original script was going to draw it out a little more and make the audience believe that Andy really might have been committing the murders, like fooling the audience, not just the detective in the story.
I'm glad they didn't do that,
that
because
would have been even more disturbing.
it would have been, but that's one of those things where it would have been ruined by the commercials. You know,
Yeah.
you would have gone in knowing
Yeah.
it's not the kid, it's the doll. It's the movie about the haunted doll. You know, so I think that would have been a lot of stuff that should be tense,
Yeah,
not generating any tension.
right.
You know,
In this way, you sympathize with Andy because being institutionalized, a
right.
little single-digit boy.
Oh yeah,
goes
he
through a
already
tough
had that
time.
horrible experience with Andy and Woody, or with Buzz and Woody, and you know,
yeah,
and the
they're both Andy.
and the
That's
Andy
true.
in that movie, where's his dad? Dead.
That's right.
Because Woody killed him.
No, he died
was
of
an
like
it was an accident.
No, there's a whole story. There's a whole actual story
Please
about
don't
it.
do this to me.
No, I'm not.
I already watched Toy Story against your advisement, and I was heartbroken. You were
Toy Story
completely
3.
right.
Is that the one you watched?
I watched both of them. I watched 3 and 4
Yeah,
because I had only seen the first 2.
I didn't even bother with 4.
4 was good.
Yeah, I know, but I knew it was going to be depressing.
Oh,
in
that's
the
why you
end.
didn't comment. Because spoiler alert for hindsighters who may not have seen the 4th movie, they find Woody and Bo Peep get split up. She gets donated, and so he misses her because that's his girlfriend. And then he finds her again. I'm just a couple of blocks away.
Well, he's looking at that dinosaur and he's thinking, I suppose I could, but I'd rather find her. So let's do an adventure.
That's why I texted you and I was like, God, forget breaking up the Roundup gang. They broke up Woody and Buzz because
Yeah,
Woody stays with Bo Peep at
yeah,
the end of it,
yeah.
and Buzz Jesse becomes
Big
like the
mistake.
new sheriff. Yeah.
He is going to regret that 2 weeks in.
Yes.
You know?
No more trips to Vegas.
Yeah, no, that's over with. No, but 4, I don't care. 3 is the one as a parent. 3 just
With
kicks
the
you, kicks you in-
incinerator.
It just, well, that and the whole thing. Well, I don't even want to talk
Yeah,
about
we don't.
it.
All right.
We don't
It
wanna
kicks you
spoil
in the
it anymore.
balls and the foot stays there. So,
Back to
on
Chucky.
that note,
Yes.
we are at about time for our first break. So
All right.
we will be back in about 1 second. We're back.
Hi.
And
Hey.
what's happening now? The doll's in bed. with the
Andy's spooning with
kid.
Chucky.
Yeah.
It's just-
Andy's not going to grow up right.
No, he's not.
It's like the kid in The Shining. There's no way he.
It's not, yeah.
You
that-
have no chance of being normal.
Right, yeah. Little girl
but this
from
was quite a
Poltergeist.
franchise for this young lad. I think he was in the first 5 or 6 films. Right?
Yeah, this was pretty much his career.
That's his entire career.
Was these movies.
If we could only be that lucky,
Yeah, no shit.
all of us.
Yeah.
Some of us are in really helpful sexual harassment videos and commercials for furniture.
Okay, moving on. Chucky, look. That's going to come back to haunt me. Thank you, Jason and Jade.
Red light.
That's what he's doing right now is red light behavior.
Oh,
Let me
absolutely.
tell you right now.
That's more yellow.
You don't hold
Yeah.
Chucky that way.
No. Did Chucky consent to that? I also like how the kid's wearing football clothes.
It's like a onesie level outfit,
Yeah.
even though he's a little kid. It just doesn't make.
Yeah,
a
the
lot
other
of
kids
sense.
aren't, they're just
No.
kind of dressed normal, you know? She's
And
going to
meanwhile, a kid in the background has his tongue stuck to the flagpole. And,
Aw. She's worried if George and Gracie are cold.
But yeah, you were right, Jason. Apparently, the films they've always been accused of inspiring violence in children. Like one case linked to the series where a gang in Manchester kidnapping and murdering a 16-year-old girl.
Oh, that's right. And they
So-
tortured her.
It says they tortured her. They forced her to listen.
That was an odd tone of voice to deliver that line.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Polly wants a cracker. Maybe she would like.
That's
more
my
food.
torture voice, okay? Just leave me alone.
Wait, are they in Chicago?
They are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, well,
But-
see, there you
They're in
go.
the
Apparently-
windy, snowy city.
Apparently, while they tortured her, they forced her to listen to recordings of the gang leader repeating the phrase, "I'm Chucky, want to play?" So that was really creepy and messed
Yeah,
up.
that is pretty creepy. But I think these people are probably creepy long before the Chucky movie came out.
Oh,
Probably
sure.
so.
They were.
I wonder how many of those people are still in jail and
I hope all of them.
how many of them are in Parliament. 50-50 probably.
You know.
Yeah, so the sequence where the kid takes Chucky on the little adventure.
Yes. On the subway.
And that's just a cumbersome doll to be just
It is.
lugging
Yeah,
around all day.
yeah.
Chucky's a big doll. He's almost the same size as Andy.
Now wait a minute. So here's a question, right? So he's in the doll, and as he's in the doll, he becomes more human.
Right.
So is Chucky like starting to be anatomically correct?
Ew. I sincerely hope. Well, I mean, you kind of you think he does get married and have a kid later.
That's
so,
true.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no shit. Yeah,
That
that's
answers
right.
your question.
Yeah, Bonnie from Family Guy.
I think he could make a lot of money in the
yeah.
circus.
Yeah.
It was
Jennifer
Bonnie, wasn't it?
not Jennifer Tilly. Yeah.
That's another reason why I was so scared of these movies, Hindsighters, because in one, I can't remember which sequel it is, but one of Chucky's potential victims is a woman named Jade. And I'm just like, oh, that's, I feel attacked. Literally.
Penises.
Ah!
So they went on a field trip so that
'Cause
Chucky can avenge the guy who abandoned him.
Yes.
When he was shot.
Yes. It's all part of Chucky's
And
very complex revenge plan.
I'm just wondering, the location manager's like, hey, we need a building that can be blown to bits and nobody will care.
Chicago.
Chicago.
So he's getting revenge
Oh,
against
and
his former
Detroit
partner.
goes,
That's what
damn it.
Oh, that could have been us. They were still thriving back then.
They weren't a murder capital yet.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Well, 88, that was whenever everybody, the writing was on the wall, because when they made RoboCop, they said in Detroit.
Yes.
So he does have a revenge plot, and he spends a lot of time and a lot of effort on his revenge plot.
He's so tiny; it's difficult for him to get around. Like he can walk, but I mean, he still forces Andy into the plot. Like,
Well, he's got to. He can't just ride the subway by himself. People would
They'd be
wonder.
suspicious.
people would comment.
They would.
You know,
No, it's a
he'd be
horror
on
movie, so
YouTube today.
No, it's a horror movie, so people would be doing the idiotic thing, like, "Look, he's real and he talks and walks," and then he'd murder them all.
Yeah. See, but my thing is this: if I was, shot and bleeding to death, and I somehow managed to escape death, and I was in this doll. I don't know. I would figure out how to get to like Mexico and just
And live out the rest
and
of your
live out the
days
rest of
on
my
the
days
beach.
just on the beach, because it's like, hey, I committed all those crimes, but I'm off scot-free.
Especially once you figure out that you can't bring your
Yeah.
soul back into an actual human form, because
Right.
that's what
Yeah.
he learns when he visits the voodoo doctor, and he's like, "Teach me how to change myself back. I want to be a person again." And he's like, "You can't do that. I don't know how. Like, I can't teach you that." He's like, "Man, you're a shoddy teacher. You only knew how to do half of this. Jesus." So doesn't he murder the voodoo guy?
Crap voodoo guy.
He does.
Yeah.
But he does tell him, though. He does explain to him how to get into a body.
That's right.
Yeah, he can't get his own
He
body
can't
back.
get his own
but
body back.
He can transfer.
Which, if you're Brad Dourif, you would want that back.
Any reason in particular?
I was complimenting his body.
He's a
Oh,
good, he's
okay.
a good-looking
Yeah.
fella. He's got that character look. But I'll tell you that So Chucky finds his old partner who abandoned him. He goes in, he blows out the pilot light in the stove, and he turns on the gas.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's about to happen, Hindsight.
One of things is about to happen.
in the very drafty building where I don't think gas could build up even if it tried.
And if it did, it would not actually blow it to bits. The whole building collapses.
Oh, sure it would, because
Yeah,
little known fact, in the original cut, LL Cool J threw a lighter at it.
Ah, yes. Yes.
Hindsighters.
And there was a shark there, too.
The
right?
word of the day is stoichiometry. Look it up.
There it goes. It blows. Now, why? Like, check this out. This is insane.
The house was like made of gasoline.
Well,
whole
he
building
actually
falls down.
he
Oh my
moonlighted as a naphtha salesman, so he had a lot of samples, and
Yeah.
It's like somebody bombed the building.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Is that chewing gum, Chucky? A C4.
yeah.
Blew the whole building up.
Do you know, I heard a thing about C4 the other day, literally like last week, that just blew my mind. Apparently in Vietnam, people actually died because a rumor went around Vietnam amongst the American troops that if you ate C4, you would get high.
Oh, for the love of God.
And so not one, but multiple people died eating an explosive.
At least it's not stupid millennials that
The
get
original
pinned this.
Tide Pod.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was-
I was about to
yeah.
say, it's no Tide Pod challenge.
It's like the
but
Tide Pod challenge with big hairy balls.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Hey, baby.
You want
get
marshmallow?
Yeah, so. So here's the thing, though. So all the grown-ups continue to not believe Andy when he's claiming that Chucky is committing all of these horrendous crimes.
Yeah, because they're sane human beings who wouldn't believe that.
But how is it that his mom comes to believe him finally? Do we remember?
Well, I do believe that Chucky reveals himself to Mama.
That's part of it, but the reason why is that he reveals himself in a way that would be normal, except for the fact that he doesn't have any batteries.
Oh,
He's talking to her in his Chucky voice, not his real voice. And he's like, I'm your buddy. Let's play. And she's like, oh, shit, I took his batteries out. How is he doing that? So,
well, no, she goes to the box. And this actually, I thought was a huge error in the movie.
Batteries not included.
Yeah, exactly. It was like, I had a lot of toys in the 80s. Not one goddamn one came with batteries.
No, then.
And somehow my parents always on Christmas forgot
the batteries.
That these all take batteries. So,
Well, that was the original title of the movie, Batteries Not Included.
Yeah, I saw that.
Really?
Before it became known that Steven Spielberg was also making a movie with that same title, it was then changed to Blood Buddy before they settled on Child's Play.
Have you ever seen
Blood
Batteries Not
Buddy.
Included?
No, I've never even heard of it. I just now
It's
found out.
like a little robot, right?
Yeah, the Christmas. It's no, it is so sad.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, it ends up okay, but there's a scene in it that is like the saddest thing you could ever do to a kid
Is
is
it
make
worse?
him watch.
Is it worse or better than Toy Story? With the incinerator.
Toy Story is worse for an adult.
Okay, that makes sense.
Toy Story is the one that, if you have a kid and you watch Toy Story 3, it's like that Ben Folds song, Still Fighting It. It just kills you.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Just die a little inside.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So anyway, the doctor is trying to save the whales, and Captain Kirk is...
Say something, damn it. Say something.
So,
I'm Blood Buddy, and I'm your friend. No, you're Annie Flo. Now
yeah,
shut up.
because she wants to believe her little boy so badly, but it's a crazy concept for her to wrap her mind around. But then, like I said, she realizes that Chucky does not have a power source.
Nope.
So he's got no reason to be able to walk and
Powered by
talk.
the supernatural.
Yeah, but she saw Spock swim with the whales and talk to them telepathically. I mean, by this point, I would think that, sorry,
Murder well and prosper.
No, she is, she's like everybody else in the movie. She has the normal sane response, which is that there's no way this can be true, but this is her son we're
She wants to
talking
believe
about.
her child.
Exactly. And
Every
that's
parent wants to believe their child.
yeah, exactly. And that's what really, I think, because I think a grown-up seeing this would probably still, well, that's
Those are
weird.
some D cells right there.
I know. No shit.
Oh, goodness.
They would keep Chucky running for at least 2 hours.
With some rigorous activity.
Oh.
Didn't you see that was the direction I was going in? Not a bumblebee, is it?
We tried to ignore
I want
that
to say
direction. but-
aubergine.
There's no sink. But yeah, so Chucky's now trying to kill Catherine Hicks, which is disturbing. And how is it that Christopher Randon figures out that I think it's just when Chucky
in the
tries
car,
to attack him.
right?
Yeah,
He was in the car.
Yeah,
trying to
it's a
stab
pretty
him.
clear.
it's pretty straightforward. But yeah, so Jason, did you see this movie earlier in life? Or?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
this
yeah.
isn't your first.
Yeah,
time.
Child's Play is one of those. It's in there for me with Friday the 13th 2 and Nightmare on Elm Street, and there's just those horror movies that you watched frequently.
Sorry,
Right.
she just throws the doll on the floor and it rolls.
And he rolls right under the couch.
I think he does that on purpose. It's a
Yes.
strategic move on his part.
The weird thing is this movie, even not really, I didn't see it as a kid, but I saw it as a teenager, and I was kind of a wimp when it came to movies scaring me, and I'll own up to that.
Oh, I've never seen
Yeah.
Poltergeist because I knew it was going to scare the shit out of me.
Poltergeist is it's scary. Although death count, body count 0, unless you count the little canary. So it's a horror movie with no deaths, which is fascinating.
That's interesting.
But no, this movie never scared me like Nightmare on Elm Street. Nightmare on Elm Street scared the piss out of me.
Welcome to your nightmare, bitch.
Yeah,
That was a scary film.
The Johnny Depp scene
sucked
literally
into the bed.
bothered me. You know, but this movie was
Well, really good scary movies scare you with comfort kind of items and comfort like you feel safe and snuggly in bed, but then Freddy can get into your dreams and chase you around, so like I would never be able to sleep again.
Well, you're right. I mean, it's like there are situations you can find yourself in, And like if you're in the water, if you're in the ocean, Jaws, it's scary. Why?
Yeah.
Because people
But you
go
know going
yeah.
in the water
Yeah.
that there are sharks in the water. Everybody
Right.
knows that. But when you're in bed, you don't expect to be assassinated by
Right.
a guy with knives for hands.
Yeah. I mean, maybe if you're a Kennedy, but other than that, yeah.
Talk to me or I'm throwing you in the fire. Yeah, this is the part that really disturbed me when he's like cursing at the mom. He's like just aggressively attacking her, and it's horrifying. I was so convinced that
he
he
bit
bites her.
Ouch! With those plastic teeth.
Now she has
Yeah.
parasites.
My arm.
Well, I just think
Would
of-
he be able to really? Yeah, he doesn't really
Yeah.
open her skin when he bites her arm.
Yeah.
He
Well, I
just
just
leaves
think-
an indention because he's got plastic teeth.
yeah, I just think it would be funny if in the first scene she just like pulled his arms off.
Yeah.
Or he
know?
just held him by his feet and
Just
pounded
beat
him on the cement or something.
like a
until his head
Muppet.
was a
Yeah,
bloody
like somebody
Yeah,
beating
just
up
like swinging
Kermit. Yeah.
pump. But what a great film location with that external elevator.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
That's where they filmed that one episode of Bob's Burgers.
I was just about to say they're looking for a porcelain snail that's worth a lot
Yeah.
of money. and Teddy gets trapped on the elevator. But yeah, so the mom's
I
oh no, he
guarantee
did cut her
you.
open. His little plastic teeth somehow broke the skin.
Broke her skin,
which
yeah.
is weird, but
I guarantee you this elevator has been in multiple movies.
Oh,
I don't doubt it.
absolutely.
I mean, how cool is that?
I'm pretty
you
sure
know?
they based that building in Bob because I wrote that down.
Oh
I was
yeah,
like, that's
yeah.
the apartment
I
building
think
from Bob's Burgers.
That's
I'm
why
pretty
I
sure they-
suspect it's been in a lot of things.
Oh yeah,
you know.
I would imagine. But yeah, so Chucky escapes from the mom. Somehow she's
in
slower than
the
an
mean
elevator.
streets of late 1980s New York, which Night Court taught me was a pretty rough place.
Oh yeah.
Wait, I thought they were in Chicago.
It was.
Oh, that's right.
what
They're in
he meant.
Chicago.
They're not in New York.
Sorry.
But
He
notice
said
there's
New York.
no
I heard Chicago.
there's no rain on the ground. So they did. I guess they did want the city to look kind of dingy because you said that they.
Well,
do that
there's
for
snow.
effect. There's snow.
There's
but
snow. They wouldn't mix probably both of them.
No.
If it was, it depends. If it's actually below freezing, they can't do the water gag
That makes sense.
because it'll freeze and the actors will die. And actors, bitch,
They don't like to. They need
they
a
don't like
stuntman
that.
to die for
Ooh,
them.
you know.
Or a woman.
Ugh, they're just such
I was in Star
simps.
Trek 4. Ooh, you know, like
I was a whale scientist.
I was a whale scientist, whale doctor. Next year on CBS.
But yeah, so Adam, you learned something new about one of the actors in the movie, Chris Sarandon.
Yes, I thought he was perhaps Susan Sarandon's brother.
Nope.
Until
I thought you were going to say son.
No. I knew that the age was appropriate, brother, sister, but it turns out I learned from Jade they were once betrothed, and Susan kept the last name.
Yep, they were married from 1967 to 79.
That's
The
not
year
a
that Jason was born.
That's not a short period of time.
No, it's
No,
not.
it isn't. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure he's the father of her children. I'd have to double check on it, but
Well, that makes sense, and why she would keep his last name because by then she had a career by 79.
yeah, exactly. So, and more people probably know Susan Sarandon than know Chris Sarandon would be.
Oh my
bet.
gosh!
yeah.
Easily.
Oh, absolutely.
Easily.
So yeah,
No.
she wouldn't want to change her name after
You say
that.
Chris Sarandon, people go, huh? What?
Well, the
you
only
say
other
Susan
thing-
Sarandon.
Well, because he's Jack Skellington, as you pointed out.
You
He's
gotta
the voice
panic
of Jack
on the 4th of
Skellington in Nightmare Before Christmas. The only other production I've seen him in, besides The Princess Bride, where he plays Prince Humperdinck, is he was in A Tale of Two Cities.
Oh,
And
Okay. Yeah, that's
but
cool.
I haven't seen him in a lot of stuff.
yeah.
She-
I don't
she's
think
hunting
he's
down
done
the
a lot.
peddler.
I don't think he's done a lot of stuff.
the peddler.
Yeah, good luck finding a
It's
peddler.
like a Batman villain.
Yeah, seriously.
Geppetto.
That's what this movie. That's not even worth it.
Nah, Batman.
Actually, I mean, Chucky
Batman would just punch
Chucky would
Chucky.
actually make a pretty standard Batman villain.
Yeah, because he's over the top and
Like,
really
oh,
dramatic.
it's
Scarecrow
Chucky. Yeah,
and
what?
Chucky joined forces.
Yeah. It's like what's his backstory? Oh, he was a murderer who was killed by the cops, and he
was
knew
the murderer
voodoo,
who
and
killed the Waynes.
yeah. Okay, so Chucky could be in Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, so now Batman's actually got a challenge
Yes,
in this
he does.
universe. Yeah.
He's got to kill his parents' murderer.
No,
Yes.
I think I could vanquish Chucky pretty easily. Batman would take him down instantly with
Especially
a
with the armor.
batarang or something, a bat dart.
He'd take the spikes on his sleeve and just like slash Chucky in two.
I actually imagine more like Chucky ranting about something and Batman picking him up by the leg and calmly walking over to the Batmobile, opening the trunk, taking a bag out, putting Chucky in it,
Throwing him in the river.
zipping it up, and just dropping it under the water and waiting.
But But would
the
that
Dark
kill him
Knight.
since he doesn't have lungs?
Well, you know what? If it doesn't kill him, he's in a bag and he's wet.
Then he takes him to Arkham. What is it?
Arkham Asylum.
Arkham Asylum. Yeah.
But here's my question for Andy's mom. Why on earth is she hunting down the peddler? I know that's the guy she bought the doll from, but does she
Agreed.
really expect him to have answers
Yeah.
as to why this doll is possessed? Oh, well, when I was manufacturing him. No, he just found a doll and sold it in a back alley.
They needed something.
Chris Sarandon to the rescue. Knees him in the groin.
Man, Batman,
Yeah,
was
so
about to swoop in, but
the mom-
Chris Sarandon got there first.
yeah, the peddler starts to attack the mom.
In a very sexual way.
It is red light behavior
Yeah.
all day long.
Definitely red light behavior. Thank God, Sarandon came, or there'd be peddler babies 9 months later.
Peddler babies. Pushing little
That's
plastic
the
shopping
next.
carts.
That's the next T-shirt.
Peddler babies.
Peddler babies. Also, band name.
Peddler.
Hello, Detroit. We are Peddler
Babies.
babies.
It's like ACDC. They dress in, kids' overalls.
Like Angus Young.
We'll be like the Ramones. Everyone will have the same name. It'll be Chucky this and okay, so the scene where she goes and tracks down the peddler,
Yes.
which also sounds like a Batman villain.
Yes.
Chucky and the peddler are at it again.
Benny and the peddler.
I think the scene was in here just because they needed something that would bridge her connection with Chris Sarandon.
Right.
And
He comes to her rescue against the peddler.
yeah, so you get exposition, character development, and the plot moves forward all in this one little package. So yeah, it doesn't make any sense, but it's close enough to making sense
Yeah.
that
It's in the neighborhood of sense.
Yeah.
but
Yes, it knows where sense lives.
Well, and the mom is surprised to learn that Chris Sarandon's character is the one who actually killed Charles Lee Ray. She wasn't aware of that. And he still doesn't believe her. She's like, no, seriously, this doll is ruining my son's life. We've got to do something about this. And he's
Get out of the car.
Yeah, he's just like, you need sleep. I'm
out of
taking
the
you
car.
home.
Yeah.
But yeah, he still doesn't believe her.
Sergeant Bosco would have figured this out.
He would have.
He would have just gone, give me the doll.
All right, that's your fourth dog.
Give me the doll. Bang, bang, bang. There.
I don't know, but he's the one who didn't even know that certain streets didn't even intersect. So is he really that bright?
Yeah, but he likes lamps.
But yeah, so yeah.
My whales. Sorry.
With the whale sign.
That's all I can see. Anytime I see her, I just think of cetaceans.
Yeah. But yeah, so Chris Sarandon is just refusing to go along
And
with
he's
this
being
crazy idea.
He's being a good gentleman.
he takes her home.
Yeah,
he
he's
gives her a
because-
ride home.
yeah.
In
like-
most cases, when you see a desperate woman, what's your first thought? Misery begets strange bedfellows.
Yeah, but after she goes on for about 15 minutes about how her kid's doll is trying to kill her, then you're thinking, this is not worth it.
It's
This
like
is
Mrs.
not worth
Barclay,
it.
good night, get out of the car.
I've got an internet connection. This is not worth
She's gonna
it.
wind up another dead schizophrenic in a trash can. But
Another? Anyway.
I don't have a story behind that. But yeah, so she's kind of up against it, and she's, fighting this fight all by herself. But it does prompt Chris Sarandon enough to actually look into the file for Charles Lee Ray.
Yes.
So at least he's kind of reopened the investigation. He was the one who was after Charles Lee Ray in the first place, but he's starting to piece everything together because he finds out that Charles Lee Ray's partner is suddenly dead because he got blown up.
And I always find it funny in these movies how...
Oh, but this is the turning point
Oh, yeah.
where Chucky's waiting in the back of the
In
car.
the back of the car.
He thinks he's going for a nice drive through Chicago City, and nothing bad's going to happen to him.
And then...
Oh, I set you up for that.
Wait, what'd you say?
I said he was going for a drive in Chicago City, and you were supposed to go...
You can just say Chicago. That's your shtick.
That was... Oh.
Wah, wah.
I tried.
No,
I
whatever. But yeah, so it takes quite a severe...
Chucky is strangling him with some kind of cable.
Those are good jumper cables.
Yeah, I was about to say, there's
you got to have them in the cold weather like that. You don't want
your
those...
battery's just going to die.
Oh, yeah, and they got to be strong.
Especially if it was installed by Kyle. He's the worst.
Oh,
He never
Kyle.
does anything
Well, he
right.
does all the drugs,
That's
Yeah,
true.
so,
He gets his drugs from the peddler. And,
Batman.
good. But
Stop it, peddler.
I'm Batman.
Now,
But
this is creepy where the knife is coming through the seat. You never know where it's going to hit.
yeah,
You know,
that is
that's
pretty
always
scary.
mysterious.
My ass would be out of that car by now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like
step on
Tom
the
Jane
brake.
getting stuck to the shark. No,
Yeah.
I'm getting off that damn shark.
Yeah.
But oh yeah, that came close
It's
to
coming close to his
nether
his
regions.
Chuckies.
His wedding tackle.
His Chuckies.
Oh god. But
My
you know,
Brad
it's-
Dourif.
But we're lucky because it's 1988 and there are still cigarette lighters in cars. So Chris Sarandon melts part of Chucky's face off.
He's also lucky that he has the bench seats.
Yeah, that's
Chucky
true.
can't just get through there.
Yeah.
You know?
He can't.
But he did climb underneath and he's pushing on the gas pedal now, so he has no control over the car.
Yeah.
Except, putting it in neutral.
Yeah. You know what? Or just turning it off.
Or turning it
I thought
off.
of that too.
Have you tried turning it off and turning it on again?
Numerous ways of getting out of this situation.
Yeah, but that's less dramatic. Carry me off.
Yeah.
It'll be more dramatic. Like, and he flips the car, and so this is where the movie comes to a head, where they're actually out and out battling with each other, and Chucky's got to finish what he started because now the detective knows who he is.
Where did the French Connection take place anyway? Was that Chicago?
That was New York, wasn't it?
There's the elevator. I thought they were driving down many of the same roads that.
Well, now I don't know. Maybe it was
We'll have
Chicago.
to check it out,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll look. Well, I'll look over the break, and actually, we are coming up to our break, so we will be back in about 1 second.
1 second.
And we're back.
Hello.
And Chucky is
Just got shot.
Yeah, he got shot. It's very heartbreaking.
Right in the 10 ring. The old gal still got it. But we're here discussing this crazy ass movie.
Damn, that wound is
chicken,
never going to
brown
heal.
cow. No, it's not. But we're here drinking some of our favorite beer from Variant. I'm enjoying a Splody, which is
That sounds oddly weird. I feel a little bit splody when I drink too much beer too.
wow.
Now, what is it called? A splody? How
Yes,
do you
it's
spell
called a Splody. It's a goza. It's a blend of strawberry, banana, and pineapple, and you can get it at Variant Brewing.
Geruzo.
Go bananas, go bananas. So, but there's
And of
banana
course,
in
I
this.
am drinking my
Your typical
Norcross.
Yeah, because y'all
Street
don't believe in
IPA.
changing things up ever.
It's not worth the trouble because I'm the guy who doesn't order something different at the restaurant because what if it's not as good?
I
Then
know,
this whole
then-
meal will have been
then the
ruined.
jellies attack and
Yeah, exactly.
You know you like the mac and cheese. You're going to order the mac and cheese.
You're going to order the mac and cheese. Yeah.
yes, there will be mac and cheese at Friendsgiving this year.
Look, if I came here every day, maybe, but this is like, no, thank you. Okay. I'm
The
trying to
mother
remember.
has found her way back to
Karen.
James Earl Ray or whatever the name is.
Yeah.
Charles Lee Ray.
Lee Ray. Okay.
She finds all the black magic accoutrement. that
Yeah,
he's
his
been
home
employing.
is creepy.
Yes, it is.
It's
Surprise,
creepy.
surprise.
Yeah, bulldozer.
Yeah.
But yeah, so someone is walking up behind her.
Karen.
It would be Susan
Yes.
Sarandon. Oh, sorry. Chris Sarandon. I mixed the two up. I thought they were one and the same person, actually.
Okay. So Chris Sarandon, he starts to believe even more because he also finds
Well,
out
no
that-
shit, he believes.
No, before
Startled by the thing.
before Chucky attacks him and he knows for sure, he finds out that Chucky, the doll, came from the store where he
Yeah.
shot Charles Lee Ray. So
Yeah.
he's starting to piece all that together, but then Chucky just goes like balls out attacking
I was
him.
going to say, I hope he believes by now, I hope he's not going,
Fake news.
I think there might be something wrong with that
Fake
doll.
news.
They need to recall that thing.
Yes.
And this poor Rastafarian guy's about to make himself a nice cup of tea, and there's Chucky at the window. He breaks his fine china.
Now, to be fair, he's probably stoned off his ass right now.
Yeah.
So,
He's like, holy shit. That must have been laced with something.
good special effects. A great combination of effects styles
Yes.
just to get one scene,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so Chucky is tired of being trapped in his body. And
Yeah, tell me about it.
well, it's like you said, Jason, he's becoming more and more human. So when he gets injured with fighting with Chris Sarandon, he actually starts bleeding,
Yeah.
which wasn't happening to him earlier.
Which is an important thing for them to do at this point
He
because
has to be defeatable.
well, there's
I'm
that.
defeated.
And then there is the fact that the sort of tension of him being a doll, it's the big
The initial
hit
shock is worn off.
has worn off, and now we've got some consequences. You know,
Yes.
it's changing it that, okay, now Chucky's worried. He's got motivation. And it's a whole brand new type of motivation. So he's abandoning the revenge thing is over.
Yeah.
And I think that's actually kind of interesting because as a character...
Keep going. I'll come back to this.
Yeah,
point.
as a character, you know, he begins by having one thing he wants to accomplish. He accomplishes it, and then that's just gone.
Yeah.
And now he has a whole new thing.
Yeah. Well, apparently the director didn't really care for this whole voodoo aspect of the story, but I mean, the witch doctor guy just completely James Bond villained the whole situation. Because Chucky's trying to get him to make him human or something again, and he's like, no, you're an abomination against nature and you have to be stopped, and just announces that he's going to take him out. And then Chucky starts breaking his legs with the voodoo doll, and he murders him with a voodoo doll.
Oh, he's about to stick the voodoo doll with a big old knife.
Yep.
And then he bleeds out.
You would think, right, if you were in possession of a voodoo doll like that.
Oh, that's where the stakes get higher, because it's not just any person that Chucky can transfer his soul into.
Yeah, it's only one.
It has to be Andy, because the rule is that he has to transfer his soul into the first person that he revealed himself to.
Right,
Yeah,
right, yeah.
just like Woody
I'd forgotten
did.
about that.
Yeah.
Just
Well, it's like Woody.
stop perverting Sheriff Woody for me. That makes me so sad.
Aw. So, no, I was saying, though, if...
I have a date with a 6-year-old boy.
Oh, Lord.
That's so cringy.
Oh, God, it's so much worse when you see it written out.
I know. Ugh, God, it's gross. Sorry, what were you saying?
Yes.
It's not
change the
even
He
great.
subject.
railed.
It's if you had a voodoo doll, wouldn't you have used it to kill Danny Bonaducci? I mean, you have this thing that if you do this, somebody's leg snaps. I
Right.
would make so much money gambling, you know?
There's
Okay.
a lot that you could do. If
Oh, you
do
could have
the
a lot of
voodoo
fun with
dolls.
that. Yeah.
That voodoo
Yeah.
that you do so well.
Yes, thank you.
Had to call that back. But yeah, so Chris Sarandon runs up and discovers that the witch doctor's dying, and they're running to catch Chucky before he can get to Andy. But I mean, I guess Andy's...
It's okay. I'm a whale doctor.
I've seen... That's funny. Witch doctors never writhe in pain at home. But, she's like, I've seen this many times with whales. But... So I think Andy's actually in the safest place he can be. He's in like a lockdown institution, so it wouldn't be easy for Chucky to access it right now.
I mean, he's...
If it wasn't a movie.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because in the movies, the doll like crawls through everything, but in reality, he'd just be outside hopping at the doorknob.
Yeah. He'd be like Stewie, just like, ugh,
Yeah.
ugh, damn you, vile woman. Like, I want to see this remade with Stewie, so he can treat her. He can treat Karen the way he treats Lois.
God, they have to have done this. You would think by now they would have done this.
Well, I mean, he does run around in the red coveralls.
Yeah, I like how they have the bars on the windows that the kid could easily crawl through.
Yeah, that's true. So Chucky could crawl through them too.
Yeah.
No, yeah, Andy's doing the realistic thing. He's jumping, trying to open the door and look through the window, but he can't get out. He's in a locked room. He kind of reminds me of the kid from The Shining, honestly.
does,
He's
yeah.
got
Oh,
that
yeah.
same kind of hair.
Yeah.
The like
The
bowl
bowl
cut.
haircut, yeah.
I used to have that haircut back in the 90s.
We all had that haircut at
Of
one
course,
point.
that was
awful.
very popular.
Yeah, but see, my mom would cut my hair short with the bowl cut, and so for like the first 10 years of my life, I looked like a scrawny little boy. Like it was just not flattering at all. But yeah, I think everybody did have that haircut. You're right. And get your butter bowls and just chop your hair off.
So, you remember Boxy from Battlestar Galactica?
Oh, yeah.
Same hairdo.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was a little boy's haircut.
Yeah, that's right.
You know?
That's
yeah.
right.
And also, mom didn't feel like spending the money on actually a haircut, so she just put the bowl on your head.
She wanted money for jewelry. So
Yeah,
you
oh,
paid
yeah,
the price.
yeah,
So you
yeah.
paid the price.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. But yeah, so Chucky's tracking down Andy, and he finds the keys. Not the cheese. The keys.
Yeah, and of course, people always leave keys right on the desk
From
like
the
that.
mask when
Oh,
Jim Carrey's arrested and he's
I'm
trying to
not
get his
interested.
dog to bring him the keys.
I'm not interested.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Yeah, sorry.
He set the tone about Jim Carrey even before the podcast.
Yeah,
he does
he
not
did.
like him.
He's not a fan.
Yeah,
Well, it's not that I'm not a fan. I was recounting what Martin Freeman, in the words of Martin Freeman.
I don't know. You've said some pretty harsh words on your own about.
Yeah,
Jim
you're right. I
Carrey,
think he's a
so
douche.
I don't think.
I-
you're
yeah.
a fan.
that's how you get off
yeah.
the hook in case Jim calls in. That wasn't my words. They
I
were
would.
Martin's
Jim Carrey,
words.
call in and tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Oh God. But Andy's pretty clever. He gets away from Chucky by what he was hiding under the bed, and he made it look like he was in bed by like putting the pillows under the covers so that Chucky would come and stab the top of it so that he could.
Yeah, Chucky's never seen like an old movie.
No,
You know?
It's also used in Lord of the Rings.
he it's like
The ring
Linda.
race.
I knew he didn't take out the garbage. But so Andy gets away, but Chucky was not very clever about that because he just left the door wide open for Andy to escape. You would think that he would shut himself in the room with the kid.
Yeah.
But yeah, for as light as Chucky is, he's got a lot of power behind him. He's bizarrely
Chucky.
strong.
Oh, and look, and the kid grabs a knife.
Yeah,
He's
Andy's
sharp.
going for it.
I know. I'd like to see the kid be a little bit more hard-edged.
I'm not going down without a fight.
Right, Chucky.
And you know what would have just made this movie skyrocket into the stratosphere is, all right, Chucky, playtime's over. Like just some hacky bullshit line that he threw in. And of course, it's the kid. Oh, he's got a little scalpel.
That's sharp, though.
Yeah, sharp as hell.
It's very sharp. But
Oh, the doctor. The doctor from The Incredible Hulk.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He's the
This guy doesn't have a great track record.
No, he doesn't.
Supernatural things really, really screw with him. Yeah.
Big time.
and what is he doing?
Put the knife down.
Well, he says, I'm going to protect you, but he won't let Andy have the scalpel. But no, he'll kill you too.
Oh, is he going to take out his Achilles?
Oh, God.
remember.
They did that a lot. Pet Cemetery. Remember that scene?
Oh, yeah.
I saw that.
Oh, my leg.
The one in Pet Cemetery is worse though because he does like a slash. Yeah, and it's Herman Munster, so you really feel bad.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Fred Gwynn.
Well, it's like they did that to Kevin Bacon. I can't remember the movie that he's in with Christian Slater.
Okay.
Which,
Wait, sorry. This movie's doing something that always just boggles my mind.
Electroshock therapy.
Well, yes, that's explicitly
they're
what
green
they're doing.
miling his ass.
I remember watching the James Bond movie. I think it was in Thunderball.
Yeah.
Whenever he was on the machine and he was doing he was in the spa.
The massage
the
thing.
stretching thing.
No one
and the
withstands the
person
machine.
sneaks in the room and pulls it over to the kill mode.
Yes.
And I remember even as a kid going, why did they have a kill mode?
Yeah.
And so Chucky puts the medical device on somebody's head and then cranks it to kill mode.
To smoke them. Smoke them if you got
Yeah,
it.
I mean,
Not to 50.
so it just it always gets me whenever you see that in movies where it's a consumer device. It's something people buy.
Yeah,
and it has a mode to kill you.
Well, that's what kills that moment. But like you need something a little more surreal, like in The Princess Bride with Chris Sarandon when they put Cary Elwes on the machine to suck his life out. It's just this mysterious thing that sucks your years away methodically, and it's the exact same machine. It's the same strap that goes on your head, but it just does something different as opposed to just electrocuting you.
Well, and that was designed.
why would they have a kill mode?
That was designed to kill.
Yes.
That
No,
was,
I know. That's
yeah,
what its purpose was. But it's like you said, it doesn't make any sense to have a kill mode.
That's what this movie needs. Peter Falk.
Every movie
you
needs
kidding?
That's true, yeah.
Every movie.
Voodoo, fighting, torture, revenge.
Jaws, Peter Falk. He would have been Quint's brother.
Oh, God.
Look, they even had Rosebud. They put Rosebud on the...
Rosebud. Oh, if I saw that doll on an elevator, I would just like throw it down the
She's a
garbage
man,
chute.
baby.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
Shit,
Let me
looks like
get the kerosene.
It looks like she was beaten with an ugly stick. Yeah, she does look like Basil Exposition's
Yes,
mom,
she does.
Andy's neighbor.
I really wish he would have come back and really God, he's ugly. He's the most.
Aw,
he's
he's ugly.
disgusting.
So they're back home again. They're back into the iconic building with the external elevator.
Yes.
Andy's hiding in the closet.
He's in the closet.
Oh.
He's back in the closet.
Poor little baby. But so, have either of you seen the new Chucky with Aubrey Plaza?
I'm about to say no.
No.
Okay.
This is my
Yeah.
first Chucky experience.
I watched it the other day just to check it out, and Mark Hamill is actually the voice of Chucky in that version. And Aubrey,
Well, a gifted voice actor.
yes, he is. Aubrey Plaza is the mom, and they even make a line about that because she's about my age, and so they're like, "You have a kid?" Because her kid Andy's older in the newer Chucky, so they were like, how old are you? She was like, I was a really busy 16-year-old or something like that because she had him really young. But it's so Aubrey Plaza how she gets Andy the doll in that movie because instead of finding a peddler in a back alley, one of the Chuckies at the department store where she works in that version, one of the dolls is defective and its eyes glow red. And so
Oh, okay.
she doesn't realize that. She just knows it's defective. And so when they're about to put it back on the supply truck and take it back, she was like, come on, Steve, just let me have the doll. It's defective. They're going to throw it away anyway. And he's like, no, I can't do that. You know, I've got to keep inventory. She's like, really? How's your mistress?
Yeah, has she heard of Shrink?
Here you go. Like,
yeah, please, has she heard of Shrink? You know, retailers have to deal with this. That's the scary part of that story.
Yeah.
Shrink?
Shrink. Yeah, shrinkage.
Oh.
That's what it's called. No. That's actually what it's called in retail. Shrink is.
I just think of Seinfeld when I
No,
hear
I know.
shrinkage.
Yeah. It's your inventory is supposed to be this, and at the end of the month, you know, after you account for sales, it's this. It shrank, so they call it shrink.
Ah, that makes sense.
For all those of you who want to shoplift.
But yeah, she basically like blackmails the guy into giving her the doll in the new version. And I have to give
And
to
then
Mark
she
Hamill. He
pays
does a good
dearly
job.
for that, doesn't she?
Yes, she does.
Yes.
But I think Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah, Aubrey Plaza paid dearly
Well,
for
it was kind of a crappy movie, to be honest, but I think Aubrey Plaza signed on to it because she's the one who, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, she rips Chucky's head off in the end. And I was like, I know enough about Aubrey Plaza that that's probably the entire reason she signed up to do that movie.
Well,
She's like, oh, I get to kill the doll? Sweet, I'm in.
No, it's more like I want to make myself be known as somebody other than
April Ludgate
from
Parks
yeah.
and Recreation, yeah.
'Cause,
Because
I
I
mean,
mean, Chris Pratt did a good job of that. He's in the Marvel movies.
Chris Pratt.
He
yeah.
went on to take over the world,
Yeah.
like Jurassic World, Marvel. Like he just is killing it.
And didn't sell a soul to the devil.
No, he didn't.
No,
absolutely.
clearly
Yeah,
not.
clearly
No,
He's
no.
actually, I think he got into a tiff with somebody on set because he was praying and they were like, that's offensive to me. And he was like, I'm not doing anything to you. I'm allowed to practice my religion. I'm not bothering you. Shut up. Like, I don't think he said it that way, but yeah.
See, that's why I think I would be more like Clint Eastwood's preacher from Pale Rider. You know, if somebody said, it's offensive to me, fuck you.
Basically.
Make my day.
Oh,
Yeah.
so we've somehow spliced into the movie Highlander.
Yes.
With all this
A
lightning.
little bit of
'cause Chucky-
Ghostbusters lightning.
Yeah, you
some
know what?
Ghostbusters lightning. Yeah.
Because what Peck
Yeah.
opened the what
yeah.
was the thing that he opened? What's it called? The reactor or
He shut down the containment field.
the containment field?
Yeah.
So the containment field is open and all the ghosts have come out and
Ghostbusters would have no trouble with Chucky. He wouldn't even be that big of a problem.
I don't think the hard murders are coming down for quite a while. But
Stiffed me.
so Chucky has summoned the Dark Lord to transfer his soul into Andy's body. But oh god, he bites Karen
Oh,
again.
bite her in the ear.
He's a
that's-
biter.
Yeah, he
He's
really
a biter.
is. He's so aggressive. But yeah, so
no.
and he gets Chris Sarandon
there's a
in the leg
slice.
too.
Sarandon's leg.
And completely takes him out of
Motherfucker.
the fight with just that. Like it's not like he cut his Achilles tendon or anything. He gave him a bad cut on the calf.
me.
Yeah, but he's like, I'm defeated. But Andy is unconscious, and she thinks covering him with a coat is going to help him.
Well, you know,
it's a magic coat.
In the 80s, you covered people with coats. In the 90s, you tied a quick bandage on their arm,
Oh yes.
and they were fine.
Ted,
Well,
we don't
Chucky-
have time for a tourniquet.
Chucky hit Andy in the head with a bat.
Yeah,
That's that's true.
Took
Yeah.
him down.
I
He's
missed
got a
that.
concuss. He's concussed.
yeah.
Oh my god.
So you lay him down and say,
That's-
take a nap.
That painting is in Gilmore Girls. It's in the Gilmore Girls living room.
Oh my
Anyway.
God.
No, it is. Like, I'm dead serious. Because that painting always creeped me out, and I just now noticed it because I've seen that show a billion times. But remember TV dinner trays,
Yes.
the stand-up ones?
Yeah,
Those were
yeah.
awesome.
We still have some at our house.
Nah, we don't.
Have
we
you
don't,
no snack trays?
No, we don't do snack trays.
No,
We are no snacks in the living room. That doesn't happen.
really.
No snacks at the the counters.
I
right
mean,
there.
yeah, the way your living room and
you just sit at the bar and eat.
yeah, that makes sense. But at our house, we've got the couch with the fold down in the middle, so we kind of use that. It's got cup holders and
It's
stuff.
like a
so
Burke line.
yeah, exactly, exactly. But yeah, so now Karen is in jeopardy.
Oh,
He keeps
he
biting her.
loves to
God, like,
bite.
he's so, and he doesn't bite anybody else. That's the thing. So you got to wonder if he just had some interesting predilections when he was a
Maybe.
human.
Maybe.
So she pinned him into
he clearly-
the fireplace.
I'm a whale
gas
scientist. This doesn't make sense. This is illogical, Captain. But yeah, so
Actually, I want to see the deleted scene where George and Gracie show up and save her.
okay, he's going apeshit on her, and
Light
Come
a
on,
match,
kid.
For God's sakes, do something, Andy.
Quick, before the light in the fireplace goes out.
quick before the lightning strikes us.
There's like, for some reason, a bright ass light in our fireplace.
Yeah, who knows? It's pointing down. God knows. But yeah, so Andy is the one who helps to defeat the evil Chucky.
Well, yeah, he does. He weakens him severely.
Yeah, by setting him on fire. Oh, and
It's just been revoked.
and Chucky's gaslighting the poor kid because he reversed
Literally.
the Chucky move.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
You caught it.
Yeah.
You're welcome. But yeah, so but
So yeah, this is the overscaled living room.
he reverts to Chucky mode before Andy throws the match on him, and he's like, "Aren't we friends, Andy?" Like, and he's trying.
Wait a
to
minute.
trick
Why
him.
does she have an architect table in her apartment?
Maybe she's an artist. She likes to
yeah.
draw.
I don't know.
She's working for her, degree at night school.
I mean,
when
like,
she's not working at the department store.
Maybe. Okay. I just realized that they never established why she would have specialized
It might be Andy's dad's because he passed away.
That's right. He was an
a good
architect.
point.
I
His dad's
remember.
not around. I
Yeah.
don't think they ever specify what he did, but it could be Andy's dad's. And because she still wears her wedding ring, so she might be
Yeah.
nostalgic and leave his table there.
Either that or, this is the same apartment they filmed 3 Men and a Baby, and they just didn't redress it between.
That's funny. Chucky never combusts at home.
Quick, call corporate.
Oh, God.
He's dead. I've never seen a movie before, so I know he's dead.
Yeah, Chris Sarandon is like completely taken out of commission by 2 cuts.
Yeah.
And he's acting like he somehow had some sort of brain damage and he's just laying on the floor like, I can't do anything to help you.
He's not feeling it,
I guess
You
not.
don't feel it every day.
He's like, she didn't put out. I'm not really that invested.
And now there's a black mark on the carpet, and Chucky's gone.
He has disappeared.
And now we get to see Cronenberg
We
Chucky.
get to see burnt
Yeah,
Chucky.
there's
Burnt offerings
Clive
right
Barker
there.
Chucky.
Yeah.
And the
my-
one perfectly preserved eye that
Yeah.
no, both of his eyes are perfectly fine.
And he
But
can still grip a knife, though, with the melted fingers.
You would think that since Brad Dourif is becoming more human, that the sheer agony of being
Yeah,
burned
see, that's the
would
thing.
slow him down a little.
Yeah, no.
it doesn't make
He's on an
here's
adrenaline
Chucky.
high. He's on adrenaline right now.
I
That's
guess
true.
so, but like
Oh, tiny little kidneys.
yeah, you'd think it would slow him down because he was bleeding.
Oh no,
from
the
his knife
ensuite.
wound. God, I'm loving her outfit. That's so 80s. Like she's got the sweater and like the pencil skirt going on. It's so 80s. But yeah,
It was
so-
a glorious time.
It was. I did love the 80s.
Temper of Paint.
it's in a lot of movies that we see on.
Yeah,
this
there's
show.
a lot of Temper of Paint.
And he has the "Here's Johnny" moment. I'm sure that they were inspired.
Lady,
by The
you
Shining.
could move away from the door, and it would probably be easier to keep it closed.
Yeah, she does. I don't think she can lock it, but yeah, her hands cut open and bleeding, and Chucky's just trying to find a way into her bedroom because it's got 2 entrances from her apartment.
Yeah.
And he keeps
He's still
coming in.
smoking, too.
Yeah, he's singed. He was well done.
Smoking.
Foul. No.
Okay.
We did it. Get over
I
it.
had to. Now she's,
See, like he's impenetrable.
she's putting bullets in him now.
Yeah, and he's not falling down or anything.
Because
Like,
you
Hit him with
have-
the Willie Pete.
Yeah.
she blows his head off. And he's,
still
walking.
coming. He's
like,
still
"Ugh."
coming, folks. Oh, my God.
Where is Sarah
You gotta
Connor
put
when
it
you
in
need
there.
her?
Oh, he's a Terminator, Chucky.
Yep. No, that's exactly what it
Just
is.
shot his head off,
He fell
shot
into
an
a-
arm off, and now it took off his leg
And
below
he's
the kneecap.
somehow still moving.
and
he fell into the vat of cream corn.
I'm assuming that they just kind of guessed that shooting him in the heart is the way to do it. Like it was, we've shot him literally everywhere else. Aim for the heart.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll do
Suppose.
it.
And clearly he doesn't feel pain like he said he did because, ooh, that would hurt.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like they just sort of forgot about, because I know you guys don't watch Game of Thrones, but the writers had an instance where they were setting up this subplot with one of the characters, and in an interview, people were like, "Hey, what happened with that?" They're like, "Oh, we just kind of forgot about that." And I was like, "What?" And people were infuriated about it. But that's what it feels like with Chucky, is that they set up these clear rules
Yeah.
and this development of him becoming more human, and then no, they just completely blow that
Well,
off.
it's kind of like she forgot that she has downstairs neighbors. You know, when she's just shooting through the floor.
Oh my gosh, you're right. I never thought of that.
A little Italian couple sitting down to their pasta. Funk. Mamma mia.
Well, and yeah, it just and his
Mr.
partner
New
shows up.
York.
What
Why
kind
did
of
I move to
a-
Chicago?
What kind of a partner is his police partner because he
He was
up like
stoned
20
in the car outside.
Yeah, with that stash.
He was looking at porn.
He reeks of
he
weed.
He was sitting in the cruiser, with a nudie mag like this and a joint in his mouth.
The pages were stuck together.
Yeah. Well, not yet. He just bought it from the newsstand.
Oh, God. Anyway.
Speaking of, have you seen Hall Pass?
Yeah.
I just watched.
Oh no,
it
no!
again.
I saw the beginning of it a while ago. I don't think I watched the whole movie.
Yeah, he enjoys spending time alone in the car by himself.
Does he?
Yes, he does. Anyway, moving back to Chucky. Oh, and Chucky's
People
head.
poke things a lot in this movie. There's a lot of poking.
You know, and if some creature had just chased everyone, I wouldn't be messing with his head. I just wouldn't be.
No, I would be calling NASA and like.
Well, if the whale scientists can't figure it out,
Well,
how are
that's
the
true.
other scientists going to figure it out?
George and Gracie never behave like this.
I was waiting for something to happen. Did something happen? I can't remember.
Well, yeah. He gets attacked.
Yeah, because Chucky's body comes through the vent.
Yeah.
And
this is when they shoot him through the heart. How did she miss his heart before?
Who
It
knows?
doesn't matter.
That's what I'm saying. They just completely blew out. Like they just did this for effect, like to shock.
Yeah,
everybody. It was a jump scare.
It is kind of weak because it's sort of like, well, shooting him didn't work. Try shooting him.
Yeah, I know. Maybe we need silver bullets. My cop bullets will destroy it all. We defeat Chucky. That's
it. I mean, the movie's over.
Yeah,
It's hard over.
There are sequels, so Chucky doesn't actually die. It's
Well, it's like any other horror movie.
He's trying to sit up. Oh, he's actually standing up with one leg.
She missed his heart because she's telling the cop to shoot him in the heart.
No recoil on any of these pistols.
No.
So the detective shoots Chucky in the heart, and it forcibly throws him dramatically up against the wall, and blood splatters everywhere. And that's apparently the only place you can shoot him that will produce any blood. If you stab him in the arm, he's going to bleed, but if you shoot him 40 times, he's not going to bleed until you get his heart.
First, remember.
That's true. Mm-hmm. He had some tough skin, but they take him out.
It's a good thing about having an Echo in my house, because if this ever happens to me, I can just talk to the NSA agent who's listening and say, look, seriously, guys, you got to get down here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep Jason safe.
I wish. I'm going to have to take a video of what happens now if I say intruder alert.
Oh,
and
God.
post it on YouTube.
Oh, you got to do
That's
it.
really
You got to
exciting.
do it.
Air raid sirens and doors opening and shit.
Say intruder alert. It'll be so dramatic. But yeah, so that's the movie.
it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Everyone,
And-
they stand up Chris Sarandon. They carry him out to the car.
Because he's completely immobilized now. Like he needs assistance.
Yeah, they have to put a
walking.
blanket on him.
No, a coat.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
have to put a coat
yeah.
on him.
And they have to stay back and give him air.
Yes.
Remember,
of
that was
course.
very important back then in movies. You always had to give
him air.
Give him air.
Everybody just back off. Back off.
Nothing to see here.
Give him some air. But yeah, so they take Mike to the hospital
We're going to the hospital with Mike.
where the Cabbage
But
Patch
how would
Kids
you
are
know?
born.
Like, here's the thing, though. Like, we know that it's over because the movie is ending.
Yeah.
But they just turn
They
the
just
lights
leave the
off and
doll.
leave the doll.
Yep.
Is that a freeze frame right there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
Yeah, it's
It
freeze
ends
frame,
with
yeah.
Andy just glancing back at Chucky, and they left him in the living room
Yeah.
or in her bedroom rather. But
Ooh,
and that's the end of the movie because
Yeah.
Wow.
off to the Cabbage Patch hospital.
Yeah. George Clooney's in the ER of the Cabbage Patch Hospital.
Oh God.
And Goose.
Yeah.
Want to say? Yeah.
Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards.
my.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was the movie, and I guess we have to go off to Seinfeld. Friendly Chucky. Oh, I didn't realize this. That there were multiple voices for Chucky.
No, those were the actors on the TV show. The friendly Chucky, the big Chucky.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? Yeah. All right.
A lot of Chuckies.
Well, wait, no, but Friendly Chucky, wouldn't that be the voice where it's like, let's play when he was being normal?
Oh, okay.
Not just
Yeah.
the TV show. So I
Gotcha.
guess that's
You're right.
multiple people who played him.
Fight.
So, Mr. Brown, I suppose you're a straight 5.
I'm straight, and yes, it was a 5. What's so funny?
Anyway,
Oh, God. They executed Chucky?
designed and executed by Kevin.
God, you went through all the trouble of designing them and you just execute them? It's like,
No, I was glad I finally saw Chucky. And as I say time and time again, you two have exposed me to pop culture that I never would have seen before in my life.
What are
So
you
thank
pointing
you.
at?
I thank both of you.
the set director's name was Claudia, and there was a space between all the letters.
Oh,
I was trying to compliment you, and you were ignoring me.
we appreciate it, Mr.
Okay,
Brown.
thank you.
You're so sweet.
I don't dish out compliments that often, but when I do, they better be
They're
acknowledged.
sincere as hell. So, Jason, how about you on Elf to Seinfeld?
I'm going to give it. It's hard because it was never really one of my favorite horror movies. It was always kind of it was an entertaining movie, and it's still an entertaining horror movie. I'm going to give it a 5. It's about where it was before. Like I can sit with friends, watch the movie, and laugh at it. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much what we did in high school.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you with that. Like, this movie had so much power over me mentally. Like, I was so scared of this movie as a kid. But now I watch it and we sit here and poke holes in it and make fun of it, and it just seems kind of silly overall, even though the concept is scary, like your doll coming to life and committing murders and chasing you around your apartment. So, I mean, I would say that it didn't improve for me. I'm going to give it about a 4.
Okay. I think if we were doing like a special Alf to Seinfeld, like of horror movies and fear, it would be way down 3.
Oh yeah,
it's
I'm
not even remotely scary.
Yeah,
I mean, there are movies I saw as a kid that I watched them today, and they still, you kind of look over your shoulder.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, you're not petrified like you were when you were a kid, but
Well, and I think it depends on like your upbringing too, because some people they have an affinity for scary movies. Some people don't. I'm just a chicken, and depending on the concept, I'd be more scared. Like with this, because I had a doll that looked like Chucky, and like with The Exorcist, if you were raised,
that still scares me.
Yeah, if you were raised believing in God, you're like, oh my God, like something's more powerful than my religious faith. Like, it just disturbs you based on
just the way that's a very, very good scary movie that holds it. That's sort of like Exorcist would be on the 10 side,
probably.
So maybe there should be like a Halloween Alf to Seinfeld. Like
I just heard on the news that a family just bought a house at a reduced price.
Yes.
Oh,
and when they moved in, they found out it was the Exorcist house.
Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't the house in the movie. It was the house where the kid that the story was based on.
Ew.
Yeah.
Oh.
Have you ever seen the steps? You've been to the Exorcist steps, right?
Oh yeah.
I have not.
It's fun.
So then what would be the lowest on the scale for
Critters.
Halloween? Critters, yes.
Critters terrified me to an apoplectic level when I was a kid, and now it's like the least scary.
Yeah.
Funny. I was almost considering choosing Critters.
I would be down with Critters
because I know it's we are going to have to choose a movie soon, and I remember finding it entertaining, but I'm just going to see if I find it as entertaining.
Yeah,
I was a little older than you when I saw it.
I would be totally down with watching Critters
because it's almost like that other movie that we watched.
Hobgoblins.
Hobgoblins.
Yeah, I know.
It's like Critters.
Yeah.
It's like Hobgoblins, and I loved Hobgoblins.
Oh, Hobgoblins.
I got so much mileage out of that.
Boy, did he ever.
Yes.
Starting with greeting me. Out in
Okay,
the
so
we'll
do Critters.
So from
Can be
Critters
your pick.
to Exorcist,
And
this,
then
this is about a 4.
Okay, and then what I'll do is I'll pick a horror movie. I'll find something bad and silly, like something they did on MST3K or something, that we can have fun watching.
The original challenge though was for us to pick stuff that scared us originally.
Oh, okay.
Remember? So we got to stick with that theme.
Okay.
And
well,
Critters,
then I
Critters scared you.
Okay,
That would
then
be your
I'll pick
selection.
Critters then.
And maybe your choice, then I'm going to dig deep again.
And I'm going to be very, very embarrassed watching it going, I can't, why did this scare me? I don't understand why.
Oh no! Like you've made fun of me for this before. I was scared of all sorts of stuff, and like the first Mission Impossible with Tom Cruise scared me because that guy gets stabbed in the alleyway, and that creeped me out when I was a kid. But
no, for me it was whenever Emilio Estevez.
The elevator.
Oh God, that stuck with me too.
That stuck with me. Did not care for that.
Pretty indelible mark.
Yeah.
All right, well then, on that note, we've got some more Halloween action coming your way. Darby's going to be guest starring with us soon for Evil Dead 2.
When is that going to happen?
Next week.
That's quick.
Yes, it'll be fun. And Hindsighters, thank you for joining us for your drive time, your listening time, your homicidal doll time. This has been Darth, Adam, and Jason with Hindsight, and good night.